Sonic Lost World is, in my opinion, one of the worst Sonic games that's ever come out. I think it's one of those nostalgic games where a lot of people that like it because they played it when I was a kid, but I think I got it, like, on the dying end of the Wii U, and I played it for, like, 10 minutes, and then I was like, this is garbage, and just never picked it up again. But in Sonic Lost World, there is characters called the Zeti. Sonic Team, for some reason, keeps trying to put them in every single Sonic game that's ever existed after their release. And it keeps failing because I don't think anyone actually really likes these characters. Of course, you had Zavok in Forces, you have Zavok in the purple one in Crossworlds, and I just don't think they work. I've never thought these guys have worked because they don't feel like Sonic characters. They're too alien in design from every other Sonic character. Like, genuinely, they look like they're from that other, like, weird Sega spin-off game that was made with Square by the guy who made Knights. That was, like, atrociously bad. And I forget what the game is called, but you'll see it on screen. Like, looking it up, the only two reasons I've seen people actually like Zavok is he's voiced by Dio, of all people.
Behold the world!
I'm mostly calling him Dio because I'm blanking on his name. And he's got an interesting design. Again, doesn't feel like a Sonic character to me. They feel too different. And I guess that's what they were going for, but it it doesn't feel like it works that well. So, I'm going to do the thing that Sega can't really do, and name, like, 20 Sonic characters that have not been in games over the last, like, 25 years. I want to say, spoiler warning for every Sonic game, probably, and, like, don't take this video too seriously. This video is mostly for jokes, and just to be fun and silly. Anything I say is probably just a joke. It's just meant to be fun and just say, hey, you remember this guy? Well, he could have been in the game instead of this guy. And that's it. Let's get into it. I forgot. I'm recording this video on Christmas Eve. Oopsie. Merry Christmas, everybody! Even though this video is probably not getting out until, like, the 27th or the 28th or the 29th or sometime in that time span. Oh, I forgot about that. I forget it's Christmas. God.
Behold! 1,000 cereals. I collect cereals. It took me 9 years to collect the cereals. Yum, yum.
I'm probably recording this video, like, really out of order, but then again, it doesn't matter. Let's start off with talking about characters in the classic era that I think would fit perfectly. First up, Mecha Sonic Mark 1 and 2. Of course, these two, I'm kind of grouping both of them together because they're both Mecha Sonic. Mark 1, I definitely see being an acceleration character, while Mark 2 is a power character. And I think this would have a potential to even out the teams a little bit and make Team, like, Robo Sonic or Team Robot, where it's both Mecha Sonics and then, Metal. Of course, they're mimicking the same roles as the original three, being Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. I think that would be a really cool idea to fit them in. Now we move on to the forgotten characters of the classic era, with them being, of course, Mighty and Ray. Ray, of course, would be that power type. He fits in with the Chaotix. I can see him and Ray being the additional members of Team Chaotix if they wanted to, for some reason, do, like, a 5-man team. I don't know why. Ray, I feel like, would be a handling character. I imagine, like, being a flying squirrel, you have to have a lot of control over that. I always find it kind of weird that after the classic era, these guys got forgotten about until Mania, and then got immediately forgotten about again after Mania, which really sucks, because I do really like the designs of them. I mean, what, they showed up in that one arcade-exclusive game, and then I think only Mighty showed up in Knuckles Chaotix, right? Yeah, and they both showed up in Mania again. I guess it's because they clash a lot with Knuckles and Tails, being the flying yellow sidekick and the red power, like, punch, like, powerhouse character. It definitely, like, clashes when it's like, well, you already have Knuckles and Tails, and they're, like, bootleg Knuckles and Tails, for as much as I like these characters. I see that's probably the issue why they don't return nearly as much as I think they should. Moving on, we have Fang. I definitely feel like he'd be a handling character. Another really forgotten about character. I mean, he was in Sonic the Fighters, and then He went into Mania, I think, as, like, a guest appearance as one of the Hard-Boiled Heavies, like, mimicry tricks, where they disguise himself as him, and then kind of, like, never showed up again. Or no, I'm sorry. He does show up again. He shows up in, whatchamacallit, what's the game? Sonic Superstars, which I know a lot of people don't like. So, maybe that's why we're not going to see him again. Like I said before, I think handling for him would make sense. Then we go on to some honorable mentions that I think would fit perfectly fine as skins over, of course, Sonic and Tails, and that's classic Sonic. I feel like this should have been, like, a Generations, like, pre-order thing. I don't know, I guess Generations, like, came out, like, way too far apart to, like, say, oh yeah, well, this is a pre-order bonus. Because I know they did something similar with, I think, Superstars, where if you pre-ordered... Yeah, if you, like, pre-ordered the game, you got, like, a Shadow costume for that game or something like that. I don't remember. But classic Sonic over, of course, the original Sonic, I think would fit perfectly. And everyone's favorite creepypasta nightmare creature, it's the Tails doll! Who doesn't want the Tails doll back in a mainline Sonic game? Maybe that's one of those, like, no-go areas that Sega won't touch on from Sonic R. Then again, like, I say, like, oh, big companies don't reference creepypastas, yet there's the scene of SpongeBob that referenced, the one Squidward creepypasta. With that said and done, let's move on to the Adventure era, which half of these games are probably not in the Adventure era, I just grouped them all here anyway.
I'm trying to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog's a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed on my fucking wife. That's right. He took his hedgehog fucking quilly dick out and he pissed on my fucking wife and he said his dick was this big.
Starting this off with one of my favorite Sonic characters in general. It's Omega. No, it's Gamma. Jesus Christ. Starting us off with one of my favorite Sonic characters of all time, it's Gamma. I wish he was in more games. He hasn't been in a mainline game in 25 years. Please bring back Gamma. I miss him. I mean, I get he's, like, referenced in a few games and, like, makes guest appearances, but it kind of sucks that he's not in, like, any other game. I think he'd fit perfectly as an acceleration character. Obviously he gets overshadowed by Omega. I'm not gonna say that. He definitely gets overshadowed very much by Omega. I think that's why he's, like, left out. Now we go on to Chaos. I think Chaos is cool. I love Chaos since I was young. And again, I feel like he's another missed opportunity that just didn't make the cut. Then again, I want to say, like, for any villain that's been defeated, this game is about, like, warp portals, like, traveling to alternate dimensions and, like, alternate time periods with, like, Dinosaur Jungle. I think any villain that I mention here can just be from, like, a past self that got, like, pulled into race or something stupid like that. Just some, like, goofy idea. Chaos I definitely see being a power character. I don't know, I think he'd be a really fun addition to the roster. Now we move on to my actual favorite villain design of the entire series. It's Neo Metal. Neo Metal is the one rare exception I will say is a boost character. I don't want him just to be one-to-one with Metal. I feel like that, like, pretty much overshadow the original Metal Sonic, just having him as a speed character, so that's why I think you should make him a boost. Him and Chaos, and one that we're obviously going to mention, you probably know who it is further down the line, would fit perfectly as, like, team villain, I think they could do. Or, like, team, like, god or something goofy like that. Another character I think is really underused, and I think it would be cool to see him again, because I know he's been referenced a couple times. I think Emerald would be a great acceleration character. And, of course, moving over to Gemerald, the other, like, robot created by... Oopsie, I accidentally got Gemerald's lore wrong. I thought he was created by the racist version of Eggman. He is not. He is created by normal Eggman, with data from Emerald. I thought Emerald was the normal version, and then Gemerald was the, like, alternate universe counterpart, similar to how that, like, that other Mecha Sonic exists with the black and yellow color scheme. So, don't mind anything I say if this, like, part seems, like, cut out. I definitely think he'd be a handling character, if you want to even include him at all. I don't think he has to be. You can also definitely do a Metal Sonic 3.0, I think it's called, as, like, a skin for the original. I think that would be cool. And now we move into the area that Sega probably doesn't really want to talk about, and that's Sonic 06. As much as I want to have Black Doom here as a playable racer, I think that would have been way too goofy. But hey, you know who's not goofy? Mephiles the Dark. I definitely see him being a speed character. he would make up that third part of Team Villain that I was talking about. I think he'd be a great addition. I always, again, another villain that I've really liked over the years, and that's, like, pretty much, like, really underused, but then again, 06 is an game. I mean, I've seen, again, like I said, probably in the intro, I've seen Project 06. Sonic 06 can be fine. It just needs to be polished and done upright. And before we leave the Adventure era, which I know half these games are probably not in the Adventure era, or, like, part of that series, it's Elise. I just thought it'd be funny. Of course, she'd be a handling character. That's it. Nothing else. That's the joke.
He fucked my wife, so guess what? I'm gonna fuck the Earth. That's right, this is what you get. My super laser piss. Except I'm not gonna piss on the Earth. I'm gonna go higher. I'm pissing on the moon. How do you like that, Obama? I pissed on the moon, you idiot. You have 23 hours before the piss droplets hit the fucking Earth. Now get out of my fucking sight before I piss on you too.
Pause it. Now we move into the Dark Era, which is like Colors, Lost World, Forces, Boom, in its entirety, other than the cartoon, because the cartoon was not that bad. But of course, Orbot and Cubot. My other, like, gripe with the roster is Eggpon. Like, he feels really weird, and he feels really out of place. He's just, like, a generic robot that's just here, a part of the roster. I definitely think it'd be funny to see Orbot and Cubot take his spot as an acceleration character. I know they're in the game as, like, NPCs and, like, the online lobbies and stuff, but I really wish they would be, like, a playable character. I think it would be fun having two racers in one car. Like, Orbot or Cubot could be the one holding the items while the other one drives. It would just be really fun. Now, moving over into Sonic Mania, we have the hard-boiled heavies. Yes, all 5 of them. I definitely see these guys working like how Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde are gonna work for the Pac-Man DLC, where it's just one racer, but there's the 5 of them. It's like they have 5 alternate skins. Of course, the main one would be the King, so the AI skin would be over the King. I think that would also, like, fit with Team Eggman, or, like, I don't know. I think they'd be fun to have. And if you wanted to add one more to Team Villain, who can forget the most misused character, like, the most underutilized, poorly written character, that being Infinite. I personally will always say, Infinite has the potential to be a good character, it's just Forces did him so dirty, and Forces just sucked in general. Like, I think I might do a video in the future talking about how I'd fix Forces and make it, like, a better anniversary game or something like that. I'm not sure. That's something people, like, watching this, or, like, getting this far in this stupid video would like to see. Show your support. I really want to talk about Forces and, like, try to fix it, because I do have an idea for another Sonic video after this one. If you want to see that, show your support on this video, and I will make that video. Of course, back on track, Infinite, of course, would be a speed character. I can't imagine him being anything else, because his entire, like, rivalry with Shadow. And to finish off the Dark Era, like I said, I briefly mentioned it, even though it's kind of weird now, because I actually really don't understand how this works, but it's Styx the Badger. This is one of the characters I'm, like, surprised to see is not in this game. Like, I feel like she'd, like, fit in perfectly on Team Rose. Like, I know she was a big part in Boom, and I know she made a couple guest appearances in a couple of the other games after Boom ended. And I know she is, like, mentioned at the end of her Final Horizons. And I think it would just be cool to see her come back. I don't know why. Because she's got, like, personally, I think she's got a more unique design than any other Sonic character has had. Now we finish this off with the comic characters. I have not read the comics, I don't know the comics, I just know there's a ton of standout characters from the comics that a lot of people really like. I mean, we have Tangle and Whisper coming to Crossworlds in, like, January. I know, like, one of the first big mods that people made was of Surge, to get Surge in the game, and a lot of people really want Surge because he's a big standout from that comic. And I definitely say she'd be a boost character. I don't know a lot about her. I will fully say that. I saw that there's, like, another guy called Kit on her, like, wiki page is mentioned, and, like, Dr. Starling. I know, like, nothing about these characters. I feel really bad for saying that. I get it now. I understand now. I just went and watched 2 videos on the comics. A video about Surgeon Kit and a video about Dr. Starline, and oh my god, Jesus. I can see why people really, really like the comics now. I can see why people really like the comics. Just watching 2 videos, like, made me understand how, like, dynamic, I guess? I don't know. I don't know how to, like, describe them, but I can see why people really like these characters. Like, the anti-versions of Sonic, Tails, and I guess sort of kind of Knuckles, because they're all based on different glitches. Of course, I'm gonna add, I don't care, I'm adding the other 3 to the roster. Or I guess the other 2, I mean, sorry. I'm adding the other to the roster, I don't care. Kit, I definitely see him being a power character, seeing how, like, terrifying he can be in the comics. It's insane. Dr. Starline, I can definitely see him being a handling character, because, like, the entire thing with him having the Hypno Glove and stuff, I think that would make him fit perfectly in this game. One other mention for the comics that I want to say is Mecha Knuckles. I've seen this design for Mecha Knuckles. I didn't know where it came from. Seeing that it's from the IDW comics, I think this is a really cool design. I love this design. Definitely be a power character, obviously. Other than that, I think this is a cool design, just seeing it. Like the scrapped, prototype, beaten Mecha Knuckles. It's really cool. I think this is a unique design. Before I move on to, like, the outro for this video, I definitely want to say, there's 3 other characters I did see in the comics. I don't know enough about them to put them on the list, so I'm just gonna give them honorable mentions, like, slots. First of all is, Lanolin the Sheep, the leader of the Diamond Cutters. She fits in with Tangle and Whisper perfectly, so I'd see her getting added in maybe a future update. Then there was Clutch the Opossum and Mimic the Octopus, just 2 villains from the comics. They're on the lower end of, like, the characters I want to see from the comics. Cause, like, seeing those videos, that actually, like, made me, like, okay, maybe I've been, like, sleeping on the comics. So I do know that, like, I think I said this before in this video, I don't remember. I do know they are canon to this, to, like, the main Sonic timeline, because it's all, like, Ian Flynn doing all the writing for all of them. I know the name Ian Flynn sounds familiar, but I can't think of why other than Sonic. But just looking him up, his credits are only Sonic, so, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just going crazy. But the amount of work he does, I think he did great writing for Frontiers. I hopefully don't think he wrote for Forces. Then again, I don't know what, then again, Forces has so much issue with it. It's insane. Oh yeah, I somehow forgot to talk about Tikal. She was a really big part of Sonic Adventure 1. And I completely forgot about her. She was gonna be part of the original roster, and she completely, like, passed my mind. I don't know. I forgot about her. I feel bad. She'd definitely be an acceleration character. Okay, I'm recording this before I go to work because I forgot to talk about it in the actual video. This is, like, the 3rd cut-in, I think. I know a lot of people are probably gonna be like, oh, you forgot this character, you forgot this character, you forgot this guy. And I will say this in full honesty, if I forgot them, I just forgot them. There is a couple characters I do want to mention. It is the rest of the cast for Fighters. I believe it's Bean and Bark, and then Honey the Cat. I know Bean, Bark, and Fang form a team. I feel like they are, like, uber obscure picks to have those Bean and Bark in the game. Because I don't think they've really been in anything after Fighters. Maybe they show up in the, like, Archie comics at that. But I genuinely don't know. Because I know they have the same reference that Fang does in Mania, where they show up as, like, little, like, projections. And then, on the other hand, Honey the Cat is, like, a reference or, like, a crossover character. So I know a lot of people really do like her, and she's not, like, that obscure. No, she's pretty obscure. But, like, I know a lot of people actually do really like her. It's just kind of, like, I don't know how, because I don't remember if she's a crossover character or a, like, reference to something. But still, I think she's, like, I think there's, like, some kind of weird legal headache with her and putting her in modern games. But the other reason I'm making this little cut-in is this! We just found out that Crossworlds in 2026 is, quote, preparing many surprises beyond what was available at launch. Which is really cool, which, hey, maybe this roster does get in the game somehow. Some of these, like, characters do. I mean, I think it would make sense for a lot of these characters. We have to see what 2026 and however long this game runs for gives us. I am extremely hyped for this update, but if this means they're going to put more Zeti into the game, I'm going to actually lose my shit. I think I'm gonna finish this video off for here. Those are just some of the characters I think would fit better than Zavok and the other Zeti. Like I said, I personally don't really like their designs. I think they don't fit in the game whatsoever. If you want to see any more of these like weird Sonic videos that I have planned, show your support on this video. I know this one's a little bit more rambly. It's mostly just because I've recorded this over like 2-3 days, and I know I've been gone for like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, however long it's been since that Dead by Daylight video. I've just been busy with so much stuff, and like everything I've recorded and like tried to get out, I've never liked how the final cut was, so it ended up getting scrapped. I ended up like saying, okay, I'm done, I'm not doing this, I'll redo this. I know there's that cryptozoology video that I really want to do, there's that Forgotten Weapons of Team Fortress 2 video that I just have to re-record. That script is fine, it's just I need to go back through and re-record that video. I do, for next year, at least plan to get like 5 long videos out, like pretty much like same length, same like quality as the Dead by Daylight video. But besides that, I think that's it for me for today. If you enjoyed, you know what to do, show your support. If you want to go follow me on like any social media, you can. I'll probably throw them up on screen right now. I think that's it for me, and I will catch everyone on the flip side.